Have you ever heard anything like this before, where your top two running backs are in this type of drama?
Well, first of all, Kevin, last night when it hit, I was actually in studio and my gut started hurting. And I'm no longer a head coach, but I knew that I was going to get posed this question. What do you do as a head coach? And we've all sat in that seat, and this is why you're the ball coach. You got to make tough decisions. And I think the decision you have to ponder right now as an organization is, what do we do with these guys? I have to send a message to my team, a strong message. And last night I thought about this, actually, before I went to bed, and I never make decisions emotionally. I said, I'm going to cut Blount. I'm cutting him.
Gone.
Emotionally, that's what I said. I'm cutting him. I'm getting him out of the mix. I said, because he could be an influence on Bell. This is when I went to bed. I woke up this morning. I said, well, hold on, let me calm down now. Let me get all the facts here. And I don't have all the facts, but I think when we gather these facts, we know this. Blount is going on his 5th season. He's been to 4 teams. That's a flag. So with that being said, I would do this. And the Pittsburgh Steelers have done this historically. They have deactivated players. And I think the first game of the season, I would deactivate Bell. In the second game of the season, I would deactivate Blount. Now, I wouldn't make that known until Sunday prior to the game. But in my own mind, this is what I would do, because I have to send a message to my football team that stuff like this will not be tolerated.
Why not together for the first game of the season?
Because then you really hurt the football team. But I would want these guys to face those guys in the locker room with the veterans on this team looking these guys in the face and say, really, guys, really? That's more important than us right now? You know, your social activities off the field is more important to this team. I mean, this team has a chance to win the division. Yeah. And you're going to need both of these players to do that.
So the big question is, Bell's is not with the team. He was driving the car, and Blount made the trip. Why cut Blount over Bell initially emotionally?
Well, emotionally because, as I said, 5 years he's been to 4 teams.
Track record plays a huge role.
And that has a lot to do. And I want to know, is he an influence on this guy? That was my emotional sentiment last night. As I woke up, I said, oh, let me calm down a little bit. You know, okay, what should I do? I've got to make a statement to this football team, and this is the direction I'd hit.
Okay, you mentioned one game, the first game, yes. Bell, the second game, Blount. You sit them out. This is what Mike Tomlin's dealing with. We have a graphic here. You look at the backups.
Oh, I know.
6 guys sitting behind these two, a total of 0 rushes in the NFL. If you're Mike, how are you handling this with the offense and Ben Roethlisberger?
Well, first of all, they're going to be in a spread a lot. So now maybe you have more spread plays. But here again, I would have one of those backs available for opening day. One of them would be deactivated. The other guy would be available, along with Archer. They're going to use him a little bit out of the back. He's a different type of back. He's a more nifty guy with a lot of speed. And we'd have to play that way. And this is a message you send to your football team, knowing that this guy is deactivated because socially he couldn't handle himself correctly. And he's embarrassed this organization, and this is what the coach is going to do. So you send a strong message to your locker room.